Hi there and welcome back. I hope everyone is doing well. In this video, I demonstrate how to make boxes for lip gloss using a Cricut Maker and Cricut Design Space. If you have a Cricut Explorer machine, you can make them too. These boxes are simple and easy to make and only require a few steps. You might be surprised, but you could find other uses for them. If you're a small business owner just starting out and looking for a low-cost alternative, this tutorial might be for you. Are you ready? Let's get started. Open Design Space and start a new project. Select a square and make the size 3.75 by 4.375. Change the color to white. And place it on the X and Y at 0. Now I'm going to select a score line. I'm going to make the size 3.75. And I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. And I'm going to place this one on the X at 0 and the Y at 0.875. I'm going to duplicate. And I'm going to place the second score line on the X at 0 and the Y at 1.75. Duplicate the score line again. Place it on the X at 0 and the Y at 2.625. And duplicate the score line one more time. And place it on the X at 0 and the Y at 3.5. Now I'm going to start adding the flaps, and I need to create those, so I'm going to select a hexagon and a square. And I'm going to place the hexagon on the X at 0 and the Y at 5. And I'm going to place the square on the X at 0 and the Y at 5.87. And now I only need the top section of this hexagon. I'm going to slice. So I'm going to select both of those. And I'm going to select slice. And I'm going to remove the sections I don't need and delete those. I'm going to change the color to white. I'm going to make the width 0.875. And the height, I'm going to make 0.5. Then I'm going to rotate it 90 degrees. And I'm going to place it on the X at 3.75 and the Y at 0.875. I'm going to duplicate. And I'm going to place this one on the X at 3.75 and the Y at 2.625. Now I'm going to select a square. And I'm going to change the color to white. I'm going to make the size 1.75 by 0.875. Now I'm going to select a score line. And I'm going to make the size 0.875. And I'm just going to select both of those, and I'm going to align center. Now with both of those still selected, I'm going to place it on the X at 3.75 and the Y at 1.75. Now these are the flaps. There are 3 flaps. This is the flap on one side, on the other side, and this is the flap that will fold over and then tuck in to seal the box. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select all 3 flaps with that score line included, and I'm going to duplicate it. So I'm going over to the layers panel to select duplicate, and I'm just going to move that over here. And then what I'm going to do is select all of this, and I'm going to flip it horizontal. Now what I'm going to do is select the 3 flaps that I duplicated, and I'm going to place it on the other side of the square. I'm going to place it on the X at 5.5. and the Y at 0.875. What I need to do now is weld all the shapes together to form one shape, which will be the base shape for our box. I'm going over to the layers panel, and I'm going to select all of the shapes, only the shapes. And just make sure you have all of the shapes selected, and then click on weld. The score lines fell behind the shape. Click on the shape, go to arrange, and then send to back. I need to add 2 more score lines, one here and one here. So I'm going to shapes to select a score line. I'm going to make the size 2.625. And I'm going to place it on the X at 1.75 and the Y at 0.875. I'm going to duplicate, and I'm going to place this one on the X at 5.5 and the Y at 0.875. And at this point, we're done. Now, if you wanted to go ahead and make this, you can. All you would need to do is select all, and then just go to attach, and then hit make it. Now, if you wanted to add text to the box or a design, this is how you can do that. I'm going to start with the text first. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select all of this, and I'm going to duplicate. And I'm just going to move this one over here. Okay, I have my text here, which I've uploaded to the canvas. I'm just going to size it. I'm just going to change the height to 0.5. And I'm going to place it here in the center. I'm going to place it on the X at 2.638. and the Y at 1.938. And that places it in the center. Now, to print this, I would need to select the square as well as the text. You can choose it here on the canvas, or you can go over to the layers panel to select them. You choose the square and the text only. Go to attach, and then flatten. And then with that selected, go to arrange because the score lines fell behind, and then send this to back to place them back on top. And last, you will select all and then attach. And that way, Design Space will prompt you to print before the machine scores and cuts. Now, if you wanted to add a design, we can select the square, go to Operation, and change it to a print and cut. Go to Fill. You can choose a color or enter your own, or upload your own design. I'm going to choose a pattern. And since there's only one shape, I don't need to flatten. So basically all I would need to do is select all of this and then attach. And we're done. Now the size of this box is 3.75 by 0.875 by 0.875 inches. I'm using 8.5 by 11 paper to print, so only one of these will fit on one sheet. Now I'm going to select Make It, and I'll return to put them together. Thanks so much for watching. If you enjoyed what I've shared, like, comment, and subscribe. Drop a comment if there's a topic you'd like to see. Remember, appreciate your progress, keep improving, and I'll see you in the next video.